Good evening and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being patient. This is significantly later than I like to start, but we clearly had some technical issues tonight, and it really is a packed night, so we are going to get right into it, but I can't do so until I thank Ruby Hoove for the gifted membership over on Netter's channel. Thank you so much, Ruby. Netter, that went to Scattered Night. So thank you so much for that, Ruby Hoove. You are wonderful. And she's celebrating 5 months of membership as well. You really are wonderful. Tim, FKC 2005, drops, I'm thinking this is on both channels.
No, I have two.
You have two.
$1.99 super chats. First one says, enjoy some breadsticks from Rosati's. Yeah, they do got good breadsticks.
Right.
And the other one says it's a no shit Sherlock at Menards.
Only at Menards. Yes, exactly right. Wallace Lang, I know that you are probably one of our most stalwart Sherlock Holmes fans. I'm so glad you are here. He says, I am here for tonight's Return of Sherlock Holmes, the Priory School episode. Yes, we are all set to go. Accounting Sheep says, howdy. Enigma Severus, I am here. Okay. I know that others are going to be filtering over very shortly from
Sparkwood in 21.
Sparkwood in 21. But let us go ahead and get right into it. You guys have been hearing the promos all week, so you guys know. Of course, those of you that are Sherlock Holmes fans probably already know the story. Anyway, but let's get to it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. I actually don't remember if I dropped the Cosme link. I should double check that.
I just realized I had not. Give me a moment, and I will put it there. I wasn't thinking about it too much because I'm still in Cosme from the last show. So give me a moment. I'll drop it in your chat, sweetie. All you gotta do is pin it.
Okay.
There you go, pin.
Thank you.
Pin. So now mine is pinned to the top of the chat.
I mean, let's be honest. You guys haven't missed anything. It's just the opening.
Tim says, I'm going to be at my parents' house. I'll look for the old Sherlock books my father has.
Oh, yeah.
And I am trying to say all my hi sweeties in the chat for who's here. I'm also trying to share out the stream.
Well, all right then. I would say that's very insistent.
I would say he's very dead. I think I got the peoples that are here. Okay, let me finish sharing out the stream. Anyone in the chat ever go to private school or Catholic school? I did my freshman year of high school, so I had to wear the uniforms and all that sort of thing. And Troy, you went through Catholic school through most of your schooling, didn't you?
1st through 8th grade, yes. I was an altar boy, in fact.
They harmonize very well. Yeah, you might want to get the ammonia away from his nose. Oh, yeah. If I ever pass out, do not put that crap under my nose.
They don't do that anymore.
I have a very strong, bad reaction to those.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you would consider it to be an allergy.
Everyone has an allergy to it. It's poisonous. The fumes are noxious. It is
ammonia.
not appropriate to use. Yes, it will cause people to react because they can't breathe.
Oh, there was a nurse that I wanted to punch in the face. I had blood drawn, and this was when I still wasn't that great at handling it. And I was kind of like hyperventilating a little bit. And I was just like, just leave me alone. I'll be fine. I just need to catch my breath. And she took one of those things, snapped it under my nose, and I did one of those breaths. And I mean, I had tears because, well, I was in a panic for one thing. Then I had this noxious stuff up my nose. I wanted to punch her so bad. I did use some choice words that I'm not going to repeat here.
those two cases that he just mentioned are considered to be untold stories in the Sherlock Holmes canon.
It's like, how much you going to pay me? Eh?
Andrea Black, I'm sorry if we didn't say hi to you earlier. Welcome, welcome. Well, yeah. Thank you, Deleted, for the Sparkwood raid. Hail, Connie. Hey, John. It's an interesting question. Tim asks, what's in the pipe, Sherlock? I am smoking a blend right now called Sherlock's Choice that comes from a tobacconist called the Tinderbox. And there's no way to know exactly what blend of tobacco because they never specify. But given the time and his station, it probably would have been a Turkish blend. So not very aromatic, kind of harsh. I'm actually describing the tobacco I'm smoking right now. Enigma, he's not taking LSD. He's taking cocaine and I want to say morphine. Alternately, of course, not at the same time. Yes, no speedball for Sherlock Holmes.
It's like you've got your umbrella and your other things.
See, he's wearing the deerstalker right now.
Oh. Fine.
By the way, Edward Hardwick, who's playing Dr. Watson, claimed this was his favorite episode. Was this filmed in London because it's not raining enough? So this particular episode was actually filmed in Derbyshire. Specifically, the Priory School is Haddon Hall in Bakewell. Some scenes were filmed in Manchester and Cheshire, but most of it was in Derbyshire. Oh, and Netter. Michael French, as you know, is currently in Egypt.
Yes.
Do you know what other YouTuber happens to be in Egypt right now?
Tony?
Max Miller.
Really?
Yes. So I told Michael via Patreon. I said, if you know that YouTuber, see if you happen to cross paths with him. He says, well, I'll have to look him up, but yeah, I'll keep an eye out for him. It just seemed too big a coincidence. I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't on the same tour group. Are you a Pink Floyd fan, Tim? Sherlock Holmes will take the morning train. He'll work from 9 to 5. I like that enigma. He says, I always get intrigued by how people think Holmes honestly cares about their threats. Uh, Wallace asks, isn't Devonshire near the West Country where the Hounds of the Baskerville is supposed to take place? I'm not positive. I think you're right, but I'm not positive. A lot of their music is overplayed, but it was never really meant to be listened to that way. In that way, in fact, for example, the Wall was meant to be listened to straight through and potentially in a loop. It was never meant to be done as separate songs. Big Al says, sorry I'm late. Was watching the film Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Big Al, you just missed. I just said something to Netter you would have probably been interested in. We were saying that our friend from Retroblasting, Michael French, is currently in Egypt doing a sightseeing tour. And do you know who else happens to be in Egypt at this very moment? Max Miller of Tasting History. So I told Michael to keep an eye out for him, see if he runs into him, see if they cross paths. It is true. I was about 12 to 15 minutes late starting the show. Between an overlong live from Sparkwood in 21 and some YouTube issues. I would argue, Tim, that Dark Side of the Moon is a better album than than The Wall, and that's just two adjacent albums. Although I think Momentary Lapse of Reason is kind of outshined in the public opinion by The Wall, and I think it's actually better than it's given credit for. these older mysteries are so much better in my formation, in their formation and presentation, than what we get these days. Yeah. The other thing too is if you know the stories of Sherlock Holmes, you are unsurprised to see how many of the modern stories are just ripping off the same formula. The Animals, yeah, that's actually a very good album cover, and an excellent album. I heard it was a great concert. I wish I could have seen it. I'll tell you something else. Dark Side of the Moon, The Wall, and Momentary Lapse of Reason, I see as three chapters of the same book. 2024 was that was without Roger Waters though, right? Metal is very underrated.
It's always perplexed me that at some points he's smoking a cigarette, other times he's smoking a pipe. It's like you'd think one would be the preference, and that's what he would smoke all the time.
No, it's as different as apples and oranges. You smoke a pipe for the aesthetic, the flavor, the he uses it to think.
Mm.
Um, he smoked a cigarette for the nicotine. Remember, a cigarette is inhaled, a pipe is not. Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were talking about uh, Pink Floyd. You meant you were there where we were seeing. Hmm. Hmm. Seems like they should be filming a Doctor Who episode there. They may have done too. Nothing. You think Denosa?
It's funny. You're smoking your pipe, and I see all that smoke around him, and it's like I could smell the
Yeah,
pipe.
exactly.
Like,
You're smelling. And it's probably, like I said, a very similar tobacco.
but he's smoking a cigarette, not a pipe.
True, true.
I hate the smell of cigarettes. And you would not be smoking cigarettes. I would not allow
True,
it.
true. Nah, I tried them before. They're terribly harsh. So he is referring to the 1935 Act. What was it called? The Humane Act, something Act. I got to look it up real quick. Cruelty to Animals Act, 1835. If we took him literally, that would mean this episode takes place in 1885. But I think he's off by a couple years, because a little bit later we're going to discover it actually takes place in 87. So he kind of rounded.
That's a painting.
Yeah. When they do get around to doing Hound of the Baskervilles, it's filmed in North Yorkshire, mostly, Liverpool, Cheshire, Staffordshire. Oh, there's a scene in Derbyshire. Welcome, Tired Midnight Blogger, Curtis Selby. Good to see you. Wallace is allergic to cigarette smoke, but my grandpa used to smoke a pipe when I was a child. Very, very different chemicals that they add to modern cigarettes. That is probably what you find objectionable. Probably not the tobacco itself. Jamie, the game is afoot. Yes, it is indeed. Interestingly, the phrase game is afoot comes from the Abbey Grange, which will be coming up soon. In fact, I want to say in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks.
Tim says, can we have a foreigner who doesn't know English?
Someone put old horseshoes on with new nails. It's true. Smoking is not healthy, but pipe smoking in moderation is not too bad. It's no worse than anything like caffeine or any of the far less deleterious drugs. It does become a filthy habit if you are a chain smoker because it becomes quite objectionably foul. But I have found pipe smoking to be quite pleasant. Hello. Hello.
He was just going underneath his nails. I wonder what letter he found.
Yeah. Hmm. Do you have your flip knife near you? Your flip knife? Do you have your flip knife near you?
My knife?
Yes. Thank you. Can't find mine.
Okay.
I think yours might be too large.
Why don't you try this?
That'll do. Yes, mine as well, Wallace. That's why I went in production order instead. Sorry, I think I have marked it up a bit.
Not really a big deal. Yeah, and I don't smoke at all. Troy only has a pipe once in a blue moon.
Well, lately it's been nearly once a week.
Well, it's not because we're watching this series.
Yes. And it had been over 30 years since I had last smoked. Yes, that is the case, Wallace.
Okay, what does this guy want with the boy?
Oof. it's a Victorian angry mob. Kinda true. Right. As well as said, the boy is actually the headmaster's son, whom he could not acknowledge, but the man that has the boy is a desperate criminal. That's how the Lost Continent should have ended. The original story ended simply with the Duke telling the entire story to Holmes with the promise that Wilder would go and seek his fortune in Australia. So the check is, as I said, dated 1887 in the amount of $12,000. Adjusting for inflation, that comes to about 2 million USD in 2023. And that is the adventure of the Priory School. Next week, Holmes is asked by the country's prime minister to aid in the recovery of a stolen diplomatic letter, which, if published, might lead England to war. It is the adventure of the Second Stain. And the boy gets to be a boy again.
Instead of what?
Caught up in a bunch of intrigue and fear. So there you go, my friends. I hope you enjoyed that. I do apologize for the late start. That should not occur next week. And until next time, my friends, as always, I want to thank you all so much for enjoying these adventures with Netter and myself. I ask you to take care of yourselves, to hail hydration, drink responsibly, and of course, I will see you all on the next one. Take care, my friends.
An admirable account, Watson.
Oh, you don't think I've put too much color and life into it?
Oh, my dear friend, I humbly defer such considerations to your excellent literary judgment.